Hello, this is Jorge Olson, and today we're going to talk about the beverage industry, specifically the number one mistake in developing a beverage company. The number one mistake in starting a beverage company, developing your new product, or adding to your new product, to your new line of products. What is the number one problem that we see, the number one mistake that we see when clients or beverage companies, entrepreneurs call us? It's very simple. Most people think of the product instead of everything else. In other words, it's what we call product centric. Customers are product centric. New entrepreneurs that are new to the beverage industry are product centric. They think of the product, they want to develop the product, and they only think about the product. Now, what should you be thinking about if you are an entrepreneur? You should be, instead of being just product centric, business model centric. Now, what is the difference between being product centric and business model centric? When you're product centric, is usually the conversation goes something like this. Hello, Jorge, I read your book, Build Your Beverage Empire. I have a great idea for a beverage. Everybody's going to buy it because the idea is so great. And I say, okay, fantastic. So then why do you need me? Well, because I still need beverage formulation. What else do you need? Well, actually, that's what I need, beverage formulation. Well, then I need co-packing. Well, maybe then I need distribution. Oh, okay, so you need everything. Then after that, how are you going to sell it? What's your supply chain strategy? Well, I'm not sure. I want to put it in supermarkets, or I want to put it in 7-Eleven, or I want to put it in Whole Foods, or the natural channel, or pharmacy, or whatever. And I say, well, that's great. And what's the marketing to the trade? Well, I don't know. Well, what's the marketing to consumers? Instagram. And that's about 90% of the calls that we receive. And that is incorrect. It is a mistake. And it's not the way that you should do it. When you start a beverage company, you should be thinking about your business model, not just the product. Remember, the product is one of the things. Yes, it'll be very important, but it is not very important now. It'll be very important once you have everything else. Once you have the supply chain, once you have your distributor, once you have your retailer, once you have the consumer, and once people are buying over and over again, now your product is very important. When you start out, the product is not important. Everything else that I mentioned is more important than the product, because anybody can create a product. Anybody can create your product. They only need a few $1,000s and it's done. And what you don't want is, you don't want to create a product and have it in the warehouse. Produce a product and have 5,000 or 10,000 cases in the warehouse. This is why the number one mistake that we see is being product centric, going after formulation from day one, instead of thinking of the business model. What is my distribution strategy? What is the logistics? What type of distributors do I want? What is the consumer? How does the consumer buy? Where do they buy? How am I going to get the product from point A to point B? What is the funding that I need? Do you know how much a typical beverage company goes through the first year? That's very important. If you don't know, just call us and ask. Do you know how much it costs for an average beverage company to get started in one state, or in 2 states, or in 2 markets? If you don't know, that's very important. Those are the things that you should be working on, not just the formulation. So if you're new to the industry, start your beverage company. Forget about formulation for now and focus on the business model. Once you have your business model tight, then you can spend the money for formulation, because everything else is done. That's going to be a great start for you. It's going to save you a lot of money, a lot of time, and a lot of headaches. This is Jorge Olson, once again, author of Build Your Beverage Empire and your beverage mentor. Call me if you want to start a beverage company with us, and I'll see you soon.